I would also like to welcome you to this smartPCN webinar. Please do not wonder that I do not start with a personal introduction of myself, because this is part of our agenda. So I directly start with our first slide and with the presentation of Phonix Contact. So as an international manufacturer of components, systems and solutions in the field of electrical engineering, electronics and automation, with a very large product range, long run times and a broad market portfolio, we would like to report on the challenges in change management and the associated opportunities of smartPCN. So our agenda is as follows. First, I would like to briefly introduce my colleague Dave Geltz from the US and myself, because we will be presenting the following slides together. Then I will give you a brief overview of the Phonix Contact Group before Dave takes over and will present both. First time the sales side with internal PCN creation and distribution for our own products to our customers, and the purchasing side with the receiving and processing of external PCN from our suppliers and manufacturers. We will conclude with a brief summary at the end. So we start with a short speaker introduction. So Dave is my and our counterpart for material standardization topics in USA, Harrisburg. We have worked very close together for years, and therefore I'm particularly pleased that Dave has agreed to do the substantive content portion of our smartPCN presentation in this webinar. I myself have been an employee of Phonix Contact since 2015. And I am since then in charge of material standardization and technology electronics at the HQ twin site location here in Bad Pyrmont. We are responsible for the component introduction and maintenance process for the entire portfolio of electronic purchased parts used globally at Phonix Contact. And in this context, we are of course also responsible for the global PCN management of electronic components. So of course, there are other things worth knowing about us. So here is a short Phonix Contact Group overview. Here you can see our headquarters, which are still located in Germany. So after World War II, the company found enough space for development and production in the beautiful Lipperland region. This is Blomberg in North Rhine-Westphalia. Since then, the location has been steadily developed and expanded. Strong growth in the product portfolio, the number of employees, and the development of new technologies led to a sort of twin of the HQ being established in Bad Pyrmont, 20 kilometers away, with a focus on electronics and automation. And this is where I'm sitting here now. Flanking them left and right, you can see other centers of excellence, one in the US and the other one in China. You will find production for both local requirements and developments for the entire Phonix Contact world there. The processes and quality standards are made by Phonix Contact. So the following illustrates the company figures in a nutshell. More than 100,000 products as the basis for innovative solutions, currently developed and produced at 11 production sites, are developed and manufactured by 22,000 employees worldwide. From this, we generate 75% of our sales in international markets and 25% here in Germany, which remains our largest market. From our founding 100 years ago to today, we are now represented in more than 100 countries. Here you can see the continual development of the company over the last 14 years. Line of sight management, along with a great openness to trends, changes in technologies, and the emergence of new business models, as well as highly motivated team and a committed advisory board, have constantly driven the company forward. This allowed Phonix Contact to nearly triple in growth over the period shown. So in the following markets, we have gathered a great deal of experience together with our customers and partners and have worked out many solutions together. These are in detail: energy, industry automation, process automation, infrastructure, building technology, and e-mobility. So these markets will continue to take on a key position in the future, in particular on our journey to the all-electric society. So here I will now hand over to Dave. Dave, this is your turn now. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Torsten. I will begin with the sales side with internal PCN creation and distribution for our own products to our customers. We'll start with a view of our current methods of PCN distribution to our customers. Within Phonix Contact, we have business areas which are responsible for their independent article management. Currently, every PCN is created by the responsible business area using the smartPCN standard VDMA 24903. Once created, each smartPCN is loaded into our internal portal for internal publication. PCNs are then made available to customers in the following ways. First, based on the internal publication, Phonix Contact sales and key account managers prepare and distribute customized notifications to our external customers. Additionally, newsletters are pushed to customers who have subscribed via the Phonix Contact website. These subscriptions are product category based, for example, connectors, monitoring, software, etc. And these newsletters contain hyperlinks for obtaining the smartPCN. Third, customers may also currently obtain smartPCNs via PCN Global. Our vision is to move from these three methods to a streamlined approach where PCN Global becomes the standard vehicle for smartPCN delivery. Only when all customers are aligned with PCN Global can Phonix Contact eliminate the need for customized PCN notifications and newsletters, and potentially our internal PCN portal as well. And now the purchasing side with receiving and processing of external PCN from our suppliers and manufacturers. When we speak of the supply side, traditionally all PCN have been received into our PCN email database. These PCN are submitted by direct suppliers or by distributors, and they include both traditional PCN and smartPCN. Once received, each PCN requires us to perform manual BOM matching. The PCN is processed utilizing our internal component change coordination network and our EPLM system. Once relevant articles are identified, the PCN are distributed to the responsible business areas for review and actions, and all PCN are archived. Currently, we are simultaneously validating process utilizing smartPCN via PCN Global. All PCN received into the Phonix Contact email database are forwarded to PCN Global, who generates smartPCN. The BOM matching step is automated at PCN Global and smartPCN. Our current validation is to determine the accuracy of this BOM matching with our internal EPLM manufacturer ordering code data. Our vision is to take a stepped approach to the following. In step one, we would like to remove the manual BOM matching entirely by ensuring 100% of PCN are being processed through PCN Global. Step two would be to ensure all suppliers and distributors are utilizing PCN Global, which in turn will allow for the elimination of the PCN email database entirely. The following graphic will summarize the essential key factors for successful future work with smartPCN from Phonix Contact's point of view and illustrate the further procedure for the planned implementation. We see a future with a global PCN database utilizing standardized smartPCNs. This will eliminate sending and receiving and allowing for easily accessible full PCN history. We also envision internal utilization of this database as well, as we quite often sell our articles intercompany within Phonix Contact. If we look at the roadmap moving forward, we will take a phased approach to smartPCN management. Currently in phase one, we will continue to establish the smartPCN standard for our customer and supplier sides. This includes validation of our internal processes and data. Phase 2 would be further elimination of manual work through integration of smartPCN into our processing and automated bidirectional interfaces with our EPLM system. Phase 3 would ultimately be all customers and suppliers harmonized with the global PCN database, allowing for the full obsolescence of our email-based approach and the shutdown of our traditional PCN inbox. On behalf of Torsten and myself and everyone at Phonix Contact, we thank you for your time.
Thank you, Dave and Torsten,
Yes.
for this impressive presentation. So in particular, also what you plan for the future. So yeah, we are opening again, or it's still open, the chat. So we are opening again for asking for your questions. And I think the most interesting thing is that you act in both positions. So you are a manufacturer and also you are a receiver of smartPCN.
Correct. And Torsten, you can probably speak more to that, but yeah, we definitely are on the supply side and the customer side.
Yeah, correct. So we started with the PCN approach really on the supplier side, and Wolfgang, I think we were one of the ones who is going with you together. I think since the beginning, and so it was our customer side who then came with us and started also activities within Phonix Contact, and so this is I think since 2.5-3 years that we really create smart PCNs on our own for all our 100,000 plus products.
Yeah. Yes, and I think it's important to mention that you developed basically the creation of the smart PCN by yourself, just using the information that is available in the technical documents.
Yep.
Great. So do you know how many smart PCN do you usually issue per year, or typically? What would you say?
I can tell you how many PCNs we get on our email account per year. This is about 3,000 to 4,000. Yeah?
Wow, that's quite impressive.
Yeah,
that's really a that's about those 200 to 300 PCN that typically large companies receive based on the number of your components.
Yeah. Okay. And
Yeah.
if I say this is our email account, then we are talking about many PCNs that are double. Yeah. And also with this manual work, double worked. And I think this is one of the big advantages, what Dave called our vision, that if we are ready with our validation process and we can skip all our manual tooling, then we hope that at the end of the day, we are no longer talking about 3,000 to 4,000, but perhaps about 1,500 PCNs that we really work on by using the database, the PCN global approach. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the experience is even much less, because the more distributors you have and the more sources you buy components, then typically what you experience is that you receive then a PCN once and not 10 times. Great. So any question in the chat? Please don't hesitate. Use the opportunity to ask questions.
So it's also possible to ask questions at the end, huh? No problem.
Absolutely, yes. So, I mean, we have structured the webinar, not that we have a very strict time schedule, because we know, it depends on the amount of questions, things like this. And then when we have been through all the presentations, then basically we can also open all the microphones, and then we have the possibility really to talk to each other, to discuss this, to raise questions, and also to show how things work. Dave and Thorsten, thank you so much for providing the presentation.